And we are on. Okay. Double check a couple things. I am full of fashion. Microphone's working well. Alright, guys, we're jumping back into Chrono Trigger. Into a resume of his bookmarked game. Alright, so when last we left off, we saw the creepiness of the statue. Our greatest foe, he who will awaken Lavos, the great destruction, the Magus. Now we gotta figure out how to get all the way back up. No stinking human's gonna talk to me. Yeah, fair. I got nothing to sell to humans. Get out of here. I could plead, but I think I'm just gonna go. It's clear when I'm not wanted. No room here for humans. Scat. Nah, we're good, my man. Out, you're spoiling my drink. Filthy humans ought to all go take a hike through a Hecarim cave and get what's coming to them. I don't know why all the monsters in Medina Village are from Brooklyn, but seems to work for me. Go to the forest room. Hey, sweetheart. Alright, so Amanda's going to be keeping me company today and keeping the conversation flowing, so I'm not just going, the entire time. What is up, my darling?
Oh, getting into political arguments on Facebook.
The best?
Yeah. Specifically, Austin's Prop B.
Yeah, the outdoor camping ban.
Yeah. Somebody was like, you just gonna let, or like you've ever just let homeless people camp in your yard? And I'm like, no, I invite them into my house because they're people.
You let them into the house. Like people.
With mixed results.
Yeah.
But, you know, people tend to think of homeless as, you know, the stereotype. You know, somebody with a shiv who's gonna knife you and drink alcohol under the overpass.
It's really easy to otherize the homeless.
Right, but a lot of times it's just somebody who's down on their luck or who's never even had a chance and doesn't have access to a shower. And therefore it's really hard to get a job. So
this is very, very true.
You and I helped house people who lived in a old school bus that didn't have a working shower, which helped them get jobs. You know, we help, you know, they're called the shadow homeless. Like there's an actual term.
Mm.
You know, it's a lot of people basically do a version of couch surfing, you know. So, or they live in their cars. Maybe they have a gym membership and they can go take a shower at the gym. But they need a place to park the car.
Yep. Well, not to seem like I am dodging deep political questions, but speaking of being otherized, welcome to Medina Village.
And this is you left off last time with who are these people?
So these are the quote-unquote fiends of Medina Village. 400 years ago, there was a great war between humans and monsters, or fiends. Humanity won, yay us. The downside is that now, living in exile in Medina Village, all of these fiends absolutely hate us, so interesting moral relativism, re-colonialism, and, you know, who wins in a war. So these little guys, the monsters that we've previously fought, are all civilized but won't deal with us humans. Their leader is this fine fellow. I'm Ozzy the Eighth, the leader of this village. My great-great-great-great-great-grandfather fought against the humans at the side of the Fiendlord himself. Oh, great Fiendlord, why didn't you exterminate the human race 4 centuries ago when you had the chance? And of course, also reflecting political mores, he now uses that, blast that Ozzy the Eighth, always hiding behind his ancestral fame to boss us around. This is why dynasties are bad. So our dilemma is that the gate that we came through in this fine folks' house, we would ordinarily go through this gate, but a mysterious force seals it off. Won't we can get the mountain yet. And we were told earlier about a strange dude that lives in this cabin. And hey, we recognize him. The old man who gave us the dope swords and wanted to buy the pendant at the fair. Ah, you've come to see me. Can I interest you in a weapon? I'll give you a special price. Yeah, man. +6. 4. We want
So,
that. Go ahead.
is that guy... Has that guy been in different time periods?
Not yet,
Okay.
but also yes.
Okay.
Like, we have not yet seen him in different time periods. But yeah, there's a lot more to that guy than meets the eye. Let's go ahead and get our folks equipped here so that we can sell our stuff and see if we... Sell that. Plasma gun. With Luca. Sell the pocket blaster. Alright, and that should give us enough to get... Oh, we're good.
Now, do you have a limit on your bag space?
Not really. You can carry an awful lot of stuff.
Okay.
Oh, if you're wanting to return to Truce, there's a shortcut through the cave in the mountains to the north. Hey, thanks for the unsolicited advice, dude. Now, while we were here, we did find, in Medina Village, a speed capsule and a magic capsule.
What does that mean?
So that is how we, that's how we boost our stats, past leveling. So basically,
Okay.
we're going to hoard those for a little while until we see where people need to get shored up, and after they hit max level.
Oh, okay.
It'll be a while. We'll be playing this game for a long time. I know, right? Yes, so I'm just not catching up on chat. Does that mean that Ozzy got busy? Yes, it means that 7 generations of Ozzy got busy, so there's still hope. And yeah, it's been a while since I've played this game, but it's like slipping into an old pair of jeans. Like, it's just comfortable. Death to the enemies of fiend kind.
Oh, hopefully they don't need to be washed.
What, the old jeans?
Yeah.
Ah, you're actually not supposed to wash jeans unless you absolutely have to. They last longer that way.
A lot of times they absolutely have to be washed, John.
I disagree. They just don't get them dirty.
John. Those jeans smell.
They do not.
Only because I washed them, John.
All right, so another thing that you may have just missed is I just learned a dual tech. So that's the important thing about your party structure in Chrono Trigger, is that if you run with the right crew, they will learn like cooperative moves. One of which we're going to use here.
So how does that change when you like change the group makeup?
So we're going to use the dual tech Antipody bomb. No, they're all out of a circle, but we're going to use it on that thing and see if it helps. So with fire and ice, these two are going to blow that thing up. Yep. Works like a charm, and Chrono can play clean up on the others. But so like I wouldn't have learned that if I hadn't had both Luca and Marley in my party. And eventually, as these three run together, they'll even learn a three-person combo technique. Yeah, women's jeans are also very different and done with very different materials, which is why I'm a big advocate for you guys just wearing dude pants. Because also, our pocket space, like, primo.
That's true, but the crotches in y'all's pants are, like, really low. So they look and feel funny.
But they work.
I used to wear my brother's hand-me-down jeans. And I mean, they work as well as, you know, anything, I guess.
I forgot that every enemy here is resistant to physical damage because it's going to force me to, like, rely on magic stuff. I can't remember what's in there. Yeah, I know they don't fit good, but, you know, such is the price of fashion. I think that it is a grave injustice that you guys have been deprived of pockets for so long.
I agree. There was one time I was out. I'm gonna violate our agreement here. I was out doing a delivery with my dad, and he was like, "I need a knife. Do you have a knife on you?" And I was like, "No, let me grab one in the truck." And I went to go grab one. He's like, "How do you not have a knife on you?" And I was like, "I can't fit him in my pocket." And he's like, "It's probably a conspiracy." And like, we were talking to a customer, and I was like, "Well, actually," and he was like, "Oh man, I guess it actually is." And so I went on this whole deal about the French Revolution and women smuggling knives and stuff in their pockets.
I mean, it checks out.
Yeah. So you can imagine me out in the Texas countryside talking to people in small town Texas and going on a random lecture about women in pockets and the French Revolution.
Let's see, a good point that Nathan brings up is what you're saying is someone needs to make men jeans with women's crotch space and make some bank.
Well, what I have heard is like wear men's skinny jeans.
Hey, make that start buying those then.
I need to go try some on and see if they fit.
Yeah, another, there was in the 90s, there was a period where Gwen Stefani made cargo pants extraordinarily popular. And it always shocked me that that didn't catch on more.
Yeah.
Because pockets for days.
Yeah.
Then again, like, you couldn't get around the fact that they were baggy. That was part of the appeal.
Basically, as long as I can put on a belt that'll reasonably help hold them up, that's fine. But if the belt's doing all the work, then...
Or a cool pair of suspenders.
You could do suspenders.
That way you could carry rocks in your pocket.
Oh.
Like, guys...
Another weapon.
I mean, like... I can carry... I keep a 2-liter of Diet Coke by the side of my desk, and guys, I can fit that 2-liter of Coke in my jeans pocket at any time.
Yeah, but you're also a giant.
Yes.
So the proportions, that's different. A
Right.
2-liter of Diet Coke is like my whole thigh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is that you guys should at least have the pocket space that I'm allowed, because I have to fit it next to my massive thews. Yeah, well, yeah, as a dad, Rob says he can assure us that cargo pants caught on. Well, they always caught on for us. I'm saying, like, I'm amazed that that didn't become normal wear for the ladies.
I wore my brother's hand-me-down cargo shorts, so that worked. And I think I did wear his hand-me-down cargo pants. Again, there was like a short window of time where his hand-me-down pants and shorts fit me. And I definitely took advantage of it.
See, I was never so fortunate, because Dave's hand-me-downs always came to me destroyed. No, like I'm not even talking like, you know, like normal wear and tear. My brother growing up was so massive that he would regularly explode the he would explode the calves out of pairs of jeans. Like he was the Incredible Hulk.
That's fantastic.
It was terrifying.
I mean, it's better than me ripping the butt out of my pants while I'm at work.
Yeah, but I mean, still, it's he would sit down, like, he would sit down at the dinner table just like, okay, you know, time for a nice family meal, and then you just hear, like, pump, and he'd be like, "Meh. I just blew all the stitching in the calves again, I need new jeans," and there was always, like, this undercurrent of, oh no. Like, Heather and Nathan were there for those times. He was massive when we were growing up. Luckily, Rob was there too. Yeah, everybody here is old school. Love it. Anyway, so how's everybody's week been? As we're just going through all of these mundane fights, burning through all of our magic points.
Well, you know how my week's been.
Yeah, I've been there for it. At least the combat music is good.
I guess for the ones who haven't been here, I've been recovering from a sinus infection, which messed with my vertigo.
It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the weather here, boss got reused. Oh! Well, congratulations, Nate, on the impromptu promotion, I guess? Like, here's hoping that it comes with a commensurate pay raise. Here's knowing that it probably doesn't. As I'm sure everyone has seen on the various Facebookery memes, there's been plenty of chitter chatter going around with like, people don't want to go back to their fast food jobs because unemployment's too good. Yeah. Because they work there forever and you don't pay them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The save point. Detection on this is a little weird. There we go. Yeah, just new boss. No extra pay, just new boss. Bam. Save every chance you get. Death to the enemies of fiend kind. The Heckran. Wait until we get back up here, and then Antipity Bomb is all magic all the time, baby. I forget though if this attack triggers his counterattack. It does, water too. Eee. So I'm gonna have to watch when he's in his little counterattack mode, or he may have just murdered me.
Oh no.
Counterattack stance disengage. Let's see if we can pull it out. Maybe, maybe not. I got one dude at 6. And he attacks real fast. Oh.
As usual,
I'm dead, y'all.
lagging behind you. So.
That's okay. You'll catch up real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's try that again. This time not throwing away our shot and triggering his counterattack twice. Ooh. Mind that pays the bills is 1 foot out the door already. Like, death-wise? Okay. I'm gonna have to be on top of things with the healing, and Luca may just have to do. We just have to stick with heals while we can. Now we Antipity Bomb him. Oh, just bang out the cutter. Got it. I was gonna say, when I was doing contracting work, we on occasion would have a guy who, you know, older fellow, and it was like, this dude is not long for this world. Oh. I almost screwed up there. There we go. It's all about the timing. Oh, that name will never not crack me up. So Amanda is out in the living room hanging with the cats while we record this, so just a stone's throw away with our little idiot boys.
Yeah, one of them is curled up on a pillow behind me.
The super smartest of boys.
Yeah. Another one's curled up on a box.
Dave, on the first 85-degree day of the season, you went on a 6-mile walk. Dude, like, what's the old saying that it ain't the heat, it's the humidity? 85 degrees and Virginia humid? That's nothing to sneeze at, man. Like, you gotta stay hydrated. Oh no! That is going to have to be answered to. Let's go ahead and whirl.
So, I foolishly have been calling people out, you know.
Getting into social media fights?
On social media about, you know, reading the Bible. And they're like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You know, like acting like I don't make any sense. And I guess I probably don't, because they've never actually read the Bible.
Well, you know, it's yeah, Wisconsin Lakes human. It's really hard for people who have kind of bought into the evangelical notion of Christianity.
Well, of course, they act like they've read it. And it's like, have you read it or have you read the fan fiction?
Right. Like, sometimes it's hard for people to wrap their minds around, oh, wait. Jesus was a communist?
Right. Well, I'm like, the funny thing is I'm not even contending that. I'm just saying, Jesus didn't say anything about homosexuality. He had a lot to say about how you treat the poor.
They had a lot to say about the homeless.
Yeah.
And exactly how we should treat them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So important plot point. So, according to what I just accidentally skipped through, this guy says, so Magus created Lavos in the Middle Ages, and in the future, Lavos destroys the planet. If we go to the Middle Ages and stop Magus, can we change history? Well, if we use the gate at the fairgrounds, now I just got to get to the fairgrounds. Jump in? Yeah. Boop, boop. See if there's anything new at Lucas' house. What's up, Taban? Oh, perfect timing. Every once in a while, if you stop by Lucas' house, he gives Lucas some dope upgrades. So another great invention just completed. The ultimate in defense for my beautiful daughter. Supportive parent. Taban's the best. Luke and Taban are always off tinkering on their latest inventions. Yeah, dude. He's right here. Now, the layout of this house will eventually come in handy, so it's good that I keep myself familiar with it.
It always weirds me out in games when there's just like a person, usually a woman, sitting in a chair just staring at an empty bed.
In Luca's case, there's a reason.
I mean, I think usually there is, but...
In this case, Luca's mother is paraplegic. So the fact that she's sitting in that chair is not just like, we decided to get lazy with the sprites. So this is the dude that we sprung out of prison. Oh, Chrono, you really saved my neck. I wouldn't be here right now if it weren't for you. Ooh, was I ever in a tight spot? I'd gone off on a buying trip thinking I'd show my dad I didn't need him anymore. That was all well and good. Then some soldiers showed up at the inn where I was staying to arrest a gang of thieves and mistook me for one of the criminals. They wouldn't listen to a word I said. Defund the police. They were going to execute me just like that, so whew, I owe you one. We're in your debt. Thank you ever so much. Don't tell my dad I gave you these. 10 mid-ethers, baby, right when we need them. Hey! Dad! You're not shirking off, are you? I mean, of course not. No, of course not. All right, then. Chrono, I appreciate what you did. And I'm out again. Now, Chrono, down to business. Please, won't you buy something? So, same stuff that we got. We do need a few more potions, so... we got the money. All right. And then we said that we were going to the fairgrounds. We need to make a quick stop down here to see what's up at the bridge. I'm opening a stall at the fairgrounds. Drop by if you get the chance. Oh, I do love me a good fair. Time to forget my troubles with a few mugs of mirth. Thought I ought to see what all this millennial fair fuss is about. A fair, we're going to the fair. Tourists. I'm on my way to Guardia's Millennial Fair. So say they all. The Xenon Bridge allows us access to this huge, inhospitable desert. And the town of Pore, which we do not need to worry about right now. So we're going to go back to the fairgrounds and use that portal to go back to the Middle Ages.
It kind of also makes me want to play Super Mario World.
Just because of the sprite graphics?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fair cop. Cat. At some junctions in this game, you can pet the cats, which is one of the reasons why it's the greatest game ever.
I've got enough cats to pet in real life.
Yeah, this is true, but it always helps when you can do it digitally as well.
Yeah. I'm not allergic to those ones.
Yeah, that's been my biggest complaint so far about The Witcher is can't pet every cat. Okay, Protodome, Medina Village. Truce Canyon, 600 AD. Here we go!
You know, in Breath of the Wild, I never got a dog to lead me anywhere.
We need to figure out how that works, because you do dig up some pretty cool stuff.
Maybe it's because I already found all the cool stuff.
Maybe. So do you feel better after the Facebook arguments, or is it the usual creeping dread?
I've gotten some notifications since I started watching your stream.
Yeah, ignore them.
I am.
That ain't no good for you. Our provisions are depleted. Have the supplies still not arrived from the castle? We'll starve at this rate. We've no more foodstuffs. Would that our strength were enough to best the Fiendlord's army, but alas, our only hope lies with the hero. We sent our order's finest knights to march on the enemy in order to assure the hero's safe passage. I'd thought those stories of the hero who would come bearing the badge no more than bedtime tales, but now he's come. and there's little to do but trust in him. Could the hero alone truly have the power to defeat an army of fiends? No. Yeah, I didn't buy anything. Let me see. Is the talk true? I heard the Fiendlord's army has broken our line and taken the bridge. They say even the king himself was wounded. Is this the end? The hero has come. He'll save us. Come on, dude. He's busy drinking. I forget. Do I need to go back to Pore and get the jerky from there? Just as I was preparing to put the finishing touches on Lean's bell, our king was wounded by Magus's fiends in battle. It's enough to make a man lose his will to work. I hope this bell will ring in an age of peace. Let's go check in on the king. Halt! Who goes there? Oh, it's you again. They will do this from now on every time I come in.
Say halt, who goes there?
Yep. They'll stop me at the door and be like, hey. The master of the kitchens has his hands full trying to get food to the front lines while making sure the king keeps up his strength. Yo, my dude, outsource it. We will help. We must help the king maintain his stamina. We must hurry with the provisions for Zine and Bridge as well. Is this food fit for the king? What? My brother's larders are nearly empty? Serves him right, thinking you men with swords are the only ones protecting this kingdom. Oh, enough of that. Are you never gonna set aside your petty feud? You're grown men. Act like it. Mind your own business. What do you know of it anyway? Just like everybody else who works in food service. I kinda get him. Wait!
So, who asked if the food was fit for the king?
One of the serving maids.
Okay. Because you know what's really great for old men? Oatmeal.
Is that
Give 'em oatmeal.
Is that a dig at how much I enjoy oatmeal these days?
No, you're grits. I mean, I guess you are oatmeal too.
I like myself some good steel-cut oatmeal.
Yeah, you do.
Take this,
You
for
are
the
kind of
troops.
like an old man.
They gave me some spiced jerky. And this is for you. Here. A strength capsule. You see that fool brother of mine? Tell him he better come back alive.
Aw.
I mean, he cares. Just, you know, the whole toxic masculinity thing. He can't show it. Beg pardons, my lord. All the beds are taken. Yeah, the Fiendlord is, winning.
Time to share some beds.
They say the hero has come. Fiendlord has brought 3 fearsome generals onto the field of battle. Food supplies are being rationed on the front lines. Soon there will be none left. Even the commander himself has gone to the front lines to fight. Alright.
You know, it's good for the wounded.
Oatmeal.
Chicken broth.
Like your random food non sequiturs.
They're short on supplies. This is how you make the supplies last longer.
You stretch it off, boil the chicken. Lord CHRONO, the great hero has appeared from the very pages of legend. He arrived not long ago, then left to meet the king. His Majesty is recuperating in bed. Let's go wake him up then. king fought bravely against the Fiendlord's troops, leading charge after charge. Had he not received word of the hero's arrival, he may well have fought to his death. Let's see this hero. Queen Lean will collapse if she does not get some rest. Sir Cyrus must have sent that boy to us. Boy? Oh, Chrono. Have I grown too old for all of this? No more dynasties. With Sir Cyrus nowhere to be found, all our hope rests on the shoulder of that boy who bears the hero's badge. He's gone to the southern continent now, to search for the sword that can slay Magus. Well, now we know where I need to go. So, Sir Cyrus, as we will discover, is the Lord Protector of the King. Finest hero in the realm. So, if Sir Cyrus has given this boy the hero's badge, must be pretty hot-ish, yeah?
Do you have to have a badge to be a hero?
It's more, you know, like the hero's sign, the symbol.
The Santa Claus?
Yeah, precisely. Lord Chrono, what word? Give him the food? Hell yeah. Food! He's brought us food! It was my brother? I see. He saved us all.
You know it's high in protein.
Spiced jerky?
Grasshoppers.
And what happened to you tonight? Lord Chrono, if I should not return alive, give my brother my thanks. Now this, I should have saved while I was in the overland map. Because this is going to be a tough fight. Magus' troops have launched their attack. Our defenses will not hold. You are Knights of Guardia. Defend the honor of our order and drive the enemy back whence it came. Whence? But we're far outnumbered. This is our last line of defense. It must not break. Very well, my lord. Oh, he gonna die.
They're just leaving those poor dudes lying on their faces.
I mean, they're starving. Now if we can but put the Fiendlord's army to rout. The hero reached the far bank, but our men suffered heavy losses in the crossing. Seems mere men haven't the strength to stop these fiends. Murder on the skeletons! I am Ozzy, one of Lord Magus's 3 generals, and to his enemies I grant death. Go, my children! Take them to their graves! Let's fire whirl these punks.
The little skeletons are so cute.
They're not cute, they're terrifying. Give me nightmares as a kid.
Aww.
We just saw them murder 3 men, like...
I mean, you can still kill them, but they're cute.
You just like them because they got big bulbous heads.
Yeah.
Ozzy's in a pickle! Earned 106 XP. So this was one of the weirdest mechanics growing up, is that, like, you don't get to kill this guy for a very long time.
Ozzy.
Yep. Stronger than I thought. Wait up already! Seems I misjudged you the first time, but I will do that twice. And now even the corpses of the fallen noble knights of Guardia rise against me. Slay them all! I'll just throw some magic at these mugs. Ozzy's in a pickle. Rat. That's it! This time you're finished! I mean it! Isn't it about time you gave up? Mess with Chrono and you'll be sorry. Well, thanks, babe. Whoop, whoop. Skeleton shimmy, skeleton dance. And this thing may very likely beat the crap out of me. Heads up, everybody. Don't get your hopes up. Go, Zombor! Crush Lord Magus's enemies!
Don't get our hopes up that you're gonna die in this fight.
No, I mean, like, don't get our hopes up that I'm gonna survive it, because...
Oh wow, that thing is crazy looking. See, if I split my hopes, then either way I'll be happy. Like...
I forgot what the whole trick with beating this guy. Oh yeah, it's that. Is it water or I think it's yeah, water hurts the or heals the bottom half.
Does he have eyes in his pelvic bones?
Yes, he does.
That is disconcerting.
It's a very disturbing disturbing model. Like,
yeah.
Potions.
Well done, creators of this game.
Do an aura whirl and fire on that. So I can't use my my strongest technique on him because okay, so fire heals the top half. And ice heals the bottom.
Oh, so it's like an opposite of what you thought.
No, like it's kind of like you just sort of have to be careful which one you do. So fire on the bottom. Right, fire on the crotch. Lightning hurts both, I think. Nope, lightning heals the top, so don't do that. Oof. That is painful. Fire on the crotch. Do another aura whirl, and then I gotta spend a couple of rounds getting Chrono some more MP. Good ether for Chrono. No. This is where Luca comes in super handy. Although, in retrospect, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, Nathan, Shadow Magic works well against this guy because it bypasses both of those Healy things. Fire on the crotch. Yep, there go the legs. Unfortunately, I think that means that I'm gonna throw some stuff at him that heals him. But I'm outpacing the damage for the healing, so I'm okay. That ain't good, though. No! Wake up! That ain't good in a real big way. And it just healed him again. Awesome. Don't kill Luca.
You can do it.
Don't kill Luca. Everybody heal up. That chompy thing hurts a lot. Going to use ice on this. Please don't be wrong. Okay, we're not wrong. Ice on that thing. I just gotta keep her alive and keep pelting it with ice. I also gotta keep Aura Whirl up, so she's gonna need an ether. And Luke is gonna need one by the next battle, but she's done in terms of casting magic. So, oh, no, wind isn't any good. Ice, please. Potion. Potion. Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! This was the fight, like figuring out how this all worked the first time was like a little bit mind-blowing as a kid. Oh, I just gave her an ether. But we're okay, we did it. Ooh. That was a close one. Yeah. Welcome to the South of Xena Bridge. The heroes come at last? I suppose it's only a matter of time before the epic battle begins. Welcome. What can I do for you? I'm gonna need some mid potions, please. Afford this now. Now we'll hang on about titanium.
What is Panacea?
Panacea removes status effects. The item I seek is the mythical rainbow shell. Here's some money to cover your expenses. You'll have the rest when you've retrieved it. I'm counting on you, Toma. You'll recall, we bought Toma a drink at the bar. Which, due to cultural differences here in the States, we bought Toma some soda pop. And not a beer. Worry not. They do not call me a legendary explorer without reason. I will not disappoint. I'll be awaiting good news. Well then, now the business is settled, I think I'll go down a drink for the road. Someone might also have a bit of a problem. It said only the ancient sword, the Masamune, can slay the Fiendlord, and only the chosen hero of legend can wield the blade. With the rainbow shell, we could make prismatic armor to guard against magic. Yet I worry I may have misplaced my trust in that young man. He claims to be a great explorer, but was I right to believe him? The hero's here to save us! He's strong and he'll stop all the bad monsters. This house belongs to Dorino's village elder. My, that is unusual garb you wear. Are you Outlanders? Did you come fleeing Magus's fiends too? Magus commands 3 fearsome generals, Aussie, Flea, and Slash. Best stay far away from the lot of them. There's not a drop of humanity to be found amongst them. They're fiends, through and through. Magus's keep sits on an island to the east. The sheer cliffs surrounding it make it inaccessible. I will get through that. Are the rumors true? Is the Fiendlord's army truly closing in? Well, the mythical hero has appeared, so I'm sure we'll be alright. Want to hear something interesting? No. Yeah, we're gonna. The Denadoro Mountains to the east are filled with monsters called Ogons that wield huge hammers, but burn their weapons and their pussycats. Tales say the legendary Masamune sleeps deep within the Denadoro Mountains, but they say a terrible beast rests there as well, guarding the blade. Many people visit inns. If you're searching for someone, inns are a fine place to ask. By the way, did you know whirlwind energy will dissipate if it's hit with a wind slash? Nature has a way of balancing things out. Thanks, guy. I mean, it is like walking up to a dude at the bar and, like, hearing his thoughts on, you know, the red planet Nibiru and, you know, time is a flat circle. Ah, hello. How have the days treated you? I've got some information for you if you'd care to buy me a drink. What say you? Can you spare 30G? Yeah, I can spare 30 for Toma. He's my boy. My thanks. Barkeep, another round. Word has it, an odd beast has taken up residence deep in the southern wood. Strange as it may sound, they say it's a monstrous frog. How about that, huh? It's our boy. Our sweet, beautiful boy. Magus is trying to summon a terrible evil. He succeeds. There will be no quarter for us. We'll all perish. That's why I mean to keep hiding in the bottom of this mug. You're looking for the hero? You might have better luck down south. Yeah, well. In the village of Poor. That's where they say he's from.
What an awful name for a town.
Yeah. It may be Pore. Porere. Pray. The end of the world is at hand. Well, that's not ominous. Ladies. A great swordsmith of long ago once forged a masterwork blade called the something or other Mooney. No one alive today has the skill to make a sword to rival it. Have you met the hero already? Oh, I haven't met him either. I wonder what the champion of the world looks like. It's that last part. I'm so thrilled to see fangirls. Alright, so with that little bit of information, we now know that Frog is down in the southern woods. And I should check out the Telepora. Mother says I'm not to play outside because it's dangerous with all the monsters. I'm so bored. My dude, I feel ya. Is it true that His Majesty suffered injury? Oh, what will become of us in our kingdom now? This thing is locked. They say the Fiendlord is a master of arcane magic of old. The cantrips of his fiends are nothing compared to what he wields. Oh, where could Sir Cyrus be? Surely he hasn't deserted the kingdom. I tell you, he died. He kid. The Elder's house. Okay, we've already been here, we've been there. Already been to the market. Alright. Go down south to the town of Porto. Stop in here to Fiona's villa. My husband Marco hasn't returned from the war, but we planted and tended these woods together, so I mean to do my best to protect them until the day he returns. Now we could open these now, but we're not gonna. Go to the South Woods first. Now, if you want cute, that thing's cute. It will also murder me if I give it the chance.
I'm waiting to catch up.
Yeah, so the frogs will follow you around while the snakes path on their own. Let me go on ahead and drop some. Let's chug some potions. Should have slept at the inn, but we'll make do. We don't need those chump ethers anymore. All right, let's get ourselves some XP. Ooh, acid rain, no good. But that snake did just eat its frog buddy to heal itself, so I approve of that.
How do you know they were buddies and not our enemies?
I mean, they probably were. Nobody really trusts snakes. Besides, if you'll notice, these snakes, they don't really have hoods, but they do have fancy collars.
They do look like they have fancy collars.
Yeah, it's like a snake in a polo shirt. Which makes me immediately hate it more. Hey, Chrono leveled up. You miss shelter. Catching it time. Let's see. Come on. There we go. See if that works. Nope, but it killed the snake, and that's good enough. We take our hits where we can get them. Okay. And that counterattack thing is getting on my nerves. I'm gonna not do that anymore. So we did get to go and participate in representative democracy today, so yay! We voted for our own Prop B, which is super fun.
Which is very different from Austin's Prop B.
Yeah, a little bit confusing, that.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder if that was somehow intentional or by design. Yeah, world of difference. One band, Austin's band, camping, outdoors, so like specifically targeted to screw the homeless. And ours gave a thing with collective bargaining for the police. Who's there? Ah, CHRONO. What brings you here? Come to practice your swordplay? What? His Majesty? Wounded? I see.
And then we had our mayoral election with like a dozen candidates.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think Nierenberg's gonna take it pretty easily.
Yeah, it looks like he's got a clear majority, and then our city councilman.
There were some really exciting candidates for city council, but none of them in our seat. So, like there was one who's a 22-year-old who basically lost her job at the beginning of the pandemic, became a caretaker for her elderly father, and was like, "They're not helping us. I'm gonna change that."
Nice.
So I hope that she does well. I want to see more young, passionate people get involved in politics. There's naught I can do.
For sure.
Pray forgive me, but I'd like to be alone. Dude, I am no hero. There's naught I can do to help. Yeah, but I'm gonna rob you for your magic scarf while you're being all emo. I'll leave you alone to listen to your Morrissey records. That being said, Meat is Murder is a fantastic album. It's a shame that Morrissey is such a prick.
I did find that comparison between Morrissey and Robert Smith hilarious.
Yeah. The Smiths don't even have a Smith in them. The Cure, led by a Smith. Who are you going to trust? Checkmate, liberals. Go ahead and take a moment to save. That way that inn does not go to waste. Strange monster came here drinking not long past, mumbling about Queen Lean this and Masamune that. Sure was an ugly frog, man, heh. Well, don't worry, he's moping in his cabin now. Cannot believe the legendary hero is a boy from this very village. Have you heard the latest? Nah, hit me, dude. Let me be the one to tell you. Legendary hero is from our own village. That's all they got, huh? I can't believe that naughty little urchin Tata's the legendary hero. Ah, we meet again. Hey, what say you buy me a drink? Sure thing, Toma, you're my boy. Cheers to your safety and success. I tracked down the rainbow shell that the Dorino Elder hired me to find. It's on a small island, it seems. But there's the rub. I don't know which one. The money he fronted me is all gone, too. What should I do? Have you heard about the Magic Cave? The one east of the Denadora Mountains? I saw a sheer rock wall part there like a castle gate, and then a host of fiends strolled right in. Best leave Magus and his cronies to their own troubles, though, less than you want trouble. My own son, the legendary hero. Seems I sired myself a champion. Can't say I truly see it, but I don't suppose I ought to question good fortune. Father of the hero. I like the ring of that. My kid's the legendary hero. I always thought he was kind of a prick myself. My grandson's the great hero. That's from my side of the family. I'm gonna be Tata's bride one day. Gonna break your heart. If only I had some spice jerky. What a wondrous meal I could make. Sorry, I gave it to the guards. Tata bears the hero's badge. At first I thought it for a fake, but it's the genuine article. He truly is the hero of legend. I suspect he's combing the Denadora Mountains to the north even now, searching for the sword the legends speak of. A place known as the Magic Cave lies east from the Denadora Mountains. That place will send chills down a grown man's spine. Boxes beside the bed have been handed down through this family for generations. I've not the slightest inkling what's within. Yeah, find a way to open them, the contents are yours. That will come in handy later. As will, I'll eventually be able to get some more spiced jerky and bring it back.
Definitely better than grasshoppers.
Yeah, see, and this is like 100% your kind of game, because buying jerky becomes an integral part of the adventure. Get yourself some of them Slim Jims. Magic Cave. This is where we saw the wall. Or where that one guy said he saw the wall split open. Alright. Off we go to the Denadora Mountains. Uh-oh. Cycling these punks. And blow up these birds.
Sure, it'll come as a big surprise to you, but dogs are snoring.
Aww.
Yeah.
poor puppers have had a rough time with the weather that we've
Constant
been going through.
rain. Non-stop.
Oh, there goes our legendary hero.
Any chance she's been getting, Boudica's been going up in the treehouse.
Keeping watch.
Keeping watch. But she definitely doesn't like being out in the rain.
This is a terrible place. You'd best run away while you can. Now see, these dudes will wreck your shop if you don't hit them with fire first.
But as long as you hit them with fire first, you can do anything else?
It burns their hammer away, and they become much, much weaker. But otherwise, like, they'll tear you up with that hammer. You obtained the Mirage hand. There's a lot of, like, little hidden stuff in this area. You kind of, like, know which way to go to find it. Like, this is one of the areas of the game that rewards you for exploring. And, like, you can get in that little shallow water bit.
Okay.
And an Athenian water. I always forget if there's hidden speed tabs or capsule. Back in the day, I knew where every single one of those were. Like, every playthrough, I'd just be like, oh, hang on, gotta go get this. Fine, we'll just aura whirl. Alright, there goes the hammer. And then we just Jim Adler him the rest of the way.
Hammer, hammer, hammer.
Hammer, 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 hammer. Oh, you thought you were slick? I think it's like 2 Oh, NQ ninjas will hop out and shank us as well. But we're too strong for them. We got the moxie. And this is why it's important to keep your weapons and armor up to snuff.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be rich. A golden helm. So what else is on your mind, my love? Did you notice I'm wearing the I have become true fashion?
I have indeed noticed.
It's a good sweatshirt
like
too.
it.
It's high quality.
I kind of feel like we should have put the sticker in a more visible place.
Well, I mean, it's not like we've got a bunch of guests over anyway.
Fair.
Although, time's coming. You're lined up for your second shot, and I've informed the Heat that she needs to come down to San Antonio and get a Korean barbecue with us. Like, she said it's a date, I'm holding her to that.
Good deal.
So much bulgogi. So much. Like, guys, you have no idea. It
You're
haunts
gonna have
me.
the meat sweats. It
I...
haunts me.
Yeah, it'll haunt you later,
Like,
but...
yeah. Like, I'm already getting premonitions of it. Like...
a dire omen.
Right.
The beef. Hang on, can I go up this edge here? I gotta go here. It's gonna try and pump me with rocks. I ain't gonna let him. Bird
like,
ninja.
Pretty much all my stuff is weird and esoteric that I have to talk about.
Yeah, but I mean, when has it not been?
Did you see that Rick Santorum said there was nothing here before our forefathers made a nation?
I did. I did see that.
And I watched the clip, and it made it worse.
Yeah, no, watching him actually speak never makes anything better.
Like, you're kind of like, oh, okay, like, you just kind of stumbled into saying something stupid. No, you decided to double down.
Yeah, well...
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. But hey, you know, it helps him push the narrative, and it plays to the base that believes that, good old-fashioned, white Christian know-how that, you know, helped the settlers survive.
Well, and that there's nothing worth anything without white people.
Yeah, you know, casually building up the narrative for white supremacy.
It's like, what the?
Oh no, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
The thing that he's counting on is the rest of us not knowing what he's doing. The only problem is that he's getting, like, he's never really been good at it. Now he's getting worse and worse.
But the problem is they don't have to be good at it, which is sad.
Yeah.
Like, so one of my friends on Facebook was like, there weren't fact checkers until the truth started coming out. And I was like, oh God. And I'm like, she's really just that ignorant.
Wait, what?
That there weren't fact checkers until the truth started coming out. It was like the quote, like, your fact checkers was in quotation marks or something. It's something I've seen on my... Huh?
Can you steer me through the logic of that?
No, because there is no logic to it.
I mean...
It's basically like, what do words mean?
Yeah,
like...
that's kind of like one of the reasons why we started developing language.
Right.
It was because it allowed us to write down a record of things that happened.
But she was, you know, of course she prefaced it was like, with the usual, like, oh, let's see who decides to fact check this. And I was just like, there's not even a point. And I thought of a whole bunch of stuff that would just come across as me bullying her. But I was just like, like, I'm just gonna let you be stupid.
Well, I mean, I'm glad that you didn't bully her. I do have to ask though, why you're friends with her?
Like, I wouldn't say we're friends. We're just friendly. And on Facebook. for the most part, she doesn't like push that sort of rhetoric. But this was like one of the few times that she's done that, and it's like, girl, you really shouldn't.
Hey, Jeremy is in the chat.
Yay!
Jeremy, for the next 40 minutes, we're gonna keep playing Chrono Trigger and talking about idiots on Facebook.
Like, if I get to a safe place in my game, I'll look up exactly what she said, but yeah. Let's see here.
A wild Jeremy appears. For this, I have saved my Master Ball. Oh, these little bellbirds.
Yeah, her comment was, now watch me get checked. And then it's a deal that says fact checkers didn't exist until the truth started getting out. And I'm just like, oh god. I'm like, you're the girl who was dating the black guy who tried to commit suicide by cop, and instead he got shot by the guy who owned the house instead. Like, I just, oh god, there's so much there. There's so much. There's so much. Oh.
Yeah, just go, like, take that off. Just be like, no. Alright, we're going to give this... The silver stud is one of the best equipment items in the game. It reduces the magic point cost of everything that we do by half. And we have the silver earring. We need to keep that. Okay.
So what kind of stud? Like, is
it
it
like a little earring? Boop boop.
Okay.
Oh man, I ordinarily I would change. You know, I'd be like, Chrono, your new name is Sloomp. But this game, I don't know, man. There's something sacred about Chrono Trigger. Like, I'm not gonna mess with them. Yeah, we'll keep that up. So the earrings increase your maximum health, and the studs reduce your magic point cost. I missed something down there. So I will live with changing Cloud to Calvin. I love it. That may be something. I'm not sure if you can change their names in like the Final Fantasy VII remake, but someday in the far future, when I get that fabled PS5 and finally get to play that beautiful thing, that's the first thing I'm gonna try.
Changing names?
Changing specifically Cloud to Calvin, and Red 13 to Hobbs. Change Tifa's name to Susie Durkins. See, that's that. See, Jeremy says he wasn't fond of the remake. I would love to have played it so that I could have opinions about it. But all I know is that it looks pretty.
Oh, I should out you to all your friends on here.
I'm excited to see where this goes.
The fact that you've been watching literary criticism of 50 Shades of Grey movies. No,
the Folding Ideas channel, that's my jam.
Yeah.
Video essays about visual storytelling, like 100%. I will cop to that. I will cop to that all day, every day.
And that, like, each one of those is like over an hour long.
Well, yeah, because the guy goes into the fact that the initial books are not good, but B, the fact that but the movies are worse.
Wait, they are worse? I thought he was saying that they're better.
No, he's saying that some parts of them are, but there's a basic failure in terms of oh, you're right. Yeah, you are correct.
I haven't watched them, so I can't actually say. Like, you're the one who watched them and told me about them.
Yeah, they're the guy's supposition. I think his name is Dan, like maybe Dan Owens. No, although Lindsay Ellis did have some hot takes about the 50 Shades, as did Jenny Nicholson. But yeah, folding ideas. The movies are better because they take some of the truly egregious portions of the actual story and not fix them because they're still extant, but improve them.
Kind of want to watch that new movie that Jamie Dornan's in. Because I figure it's got to play also on the fact that he was in 50 Shades. That Barb and Star go to Vista Del Mar. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do not.
Well, it's a comedy. It's got Kristen Wiig and another actress I'm not familiar with. And he's the heartthrob, but he is also the bad guy.
Now here's a weird little fellow. Mountains are so nice. It was such a nice view. Yeah, that is Amanda talking on the stream, Jeremy. He is keeping me accompagné.
And we can teach him how to do the same. Maybe not today, but at some point.
Dudes are evil in 65 mil. Bye-bye. Okay, we sheltered, we saved. In classical RPG format, that means that something big is coming up. See? Look at how sneaky they were. Trying to hide that dope armor from me.
They couldn't just give it to you.
Getcha. Alright. Real fight this time. Cyclone all these chumps. You half watching? Yeah, half working on D&D homebrew stuff. I don't know. You could always do something like maybe work up a mechanic with held actions. Oh, I never forget to use fire on the ones with hammers. This ain't amateur hour. Chrono learned cleave, Luca learned napalm, and we learned the fire sword and ice sword dual text, baby.
I know this is belated, but hi, Jeremy. And also, yeah, John was commenting earlier about using fire on the guy with hammers.
Kids in a cave? I'm the wind! Whoosh! Alright, weirdo. Hey, don't go up there! Did you come to take it? The Masamune, I mean? No. You didn't? You should hurry up and leave then. So, should I go back and say yes? What do you think, sweetheart?
I mean, if he's not going to let you take it.
I
say
mean...
yes.
Yeah. Alright, let's see what the deal with this kid is. Did you come to take it? I thought so. Wait just a second, alright? Big brother, where are you, Masa? What is it, Mune? Not again. So, thought you'd make a name for yourself as hero by grabbing the Masamune, did you? Yeah, what a buffoon. Humans are all the same, aren't they? It's how you use the sword that's important, not just that you have the strongest one. You can't even understand something as simple as that. Because that proves you're human. What should we do? Well, the usual. Test them. Might as well give them the chance to entertain us for a while. Alright, here we go. Whoosh! Creepy little alien children! Nope! The X strike! We will eventually learn to do that. Yep, there's the wind. Luca, cut it out. We're gonna use a panacea on her because I need the damage. Snap out of it, Luca. Man. Okay, we're gonna hit this dude with Ice Sword. Chapow! Masa and Mune are powerless without each other. Trick is just to wail on one. Hey, Masa, these ones are pretty tough. No one's lasted this long since Cyrus. So what should we do? We fight them for real, of course. Alright, this is it. Right? And these dudes will tear you up. No more games. With Masa's bravery and Mune's brains, we're unstoppable. Look at the size of this absolute unit. This big Chungus here.
It is definitely a big Chungus.
The biggest of Chunguses that we've met so far. And if we defeat him after this point, our boy Specchio, back in the end of time, will have this model.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, he's storing energy, and I need to throw. Ooh! Oh, that snuck up on me. Keep them revives coming. That cure. Cannot let him get too much of that energy rolling.
His feet are so tiny.
Because the rest of him's so swole.
Yeah, but that would make your feet hurt. That's how you get bunions.
Yeah, that's true.
You're like, Amanda, it's not real.
No, he's real. He's real and he's a serious threat. Aha, you're storing whirlwind energy. Gotcha. Throw an ether at Chrono so that he can keep doing that. And he's just gonna wind slash each turn. Throw a napalm there. As I recall, this has a really cool effect. Yeah. I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Yeah, it's kind of disturbing that they have napalm as an attack.
A little bit. Keep hitting with fire, keep hitting him with wind slash. I can do 4 more before I gotta throw a ether at my boy. No whirlwind energy for you. Go ahead and cure our girl Luca. Luca will mid-ether Chrono and wind slash. Yeah, like this. I think this is a game where, especially in these, like in these later bosses, it still looks good, and that is kind of shocking. Like, there's just something so timeless about this game. Yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy VIII always looked like garbage. My personal hot take. The one I cared the very least for. 9, though. 9 actually still looks surprisingly good. We ain't done yet. You're on Chrono. Wind slash away that energy. Fire on him. This is why you always listen to old men in bars. Otherwise, we'd have been screwed by now.
That can take a completely different meaning.
True, true. Maybe don't listen to old men in bars. That way lies madness. Yeah, as I understand the latest release of Final Fantasy IX, the one on the one that they just released on Steam is like remastered and looks pretty smoking. But then again, that style was like specifically made for that kind of particular era, and I think fits really well. Like, the cutscenes still look gorgeous. Right? Like, it's the hammer punch. There we go. We did it through perseverance and taking the advice of an old dude in a bar. Hey, us. Masamune down, 500 XP, 10 TP, 1500 G. They beat us, Masa. That was fun. Do you think they'll fix us? Will they find our proper owner? Yes, it'll be all right. So, this is the Masamune? Looks like it's been broken for ages. And we obtained the broken Masamune. Allow me. We'll ride the wind to the base of the mountain. Hey, good luck to you. Thanks, weird little spirit kids. That live inside a sword. Well, the real crime of the sequence is that frogs should have been here. I think that Frog's worthiness is a matter of, I mean, that's like the entire point of bringing him to the blade, right? Is that very clearly he's not. No. Oh God. Oh no. Oh no. It's a moo. Oh, I just died. So that thing, that blue bastard up top is a new. They pop up randomly and they have an attack that will immediately drop anybody that they hit to 1 HP.
That's dirty.
Well, they hit like trucks. Like, they're just the worst. There it goes. Okay. Next, those two things. So we gotta get them out of the way fast. Yeah, once they're at 1, they can't do any more damage, but everything else will kill you. So we gotta kill everything else real quick, and then take on the new. Okay, we should be good now. As long as that snake doesn't kill us before we kill it. Kill it, kill it. No, wrong one, wrong one, wrong one. Kill that. Thank you. Kill that, please. Please, please. Okay. Alright, now we just go ham on this thing. Pong! And news drop a ton of XP and usually some pretty good stuff. They also play like a weirdly important role in the backstory. They're sort of the progenitor. Yeah, this is on Steam, Jeremy. I'm playing it with an Xbox controller, which is a very weird experience. All right. I got 40, so yeah. Okay, dude. I come to break you out of your meat is murder and God save the Queen funk. I'm no hero. There's naught I can do to help. Oh, who do we have to give the blade to? Oh, we have to go get the badge. No. Joke's on you, the funk persists. Listening to Parliament in his house, the funk is everlasting. Why must I be like that? Why must I chase the cat? There's nothing but the dog in me. Right? Like, it feels like there are parts of it that you will just never forget. Yeah. We need Glenn. The name that you give like a middle manager in an accounting firm, not, you know, a legendary hero. Glenn! As those of you who may not be familiar with the story will catch up, we will discover more about Frog's origin. And why he has even rescinded his very name. This punk kid. Forgive me. Truth be told, I plucked this badge from the floor of the tavern. Some besotted, froggish fellow dropped it as he stumbled out. I thought to sell it, see, but then everyone started calling me the hero when they saw it, and, well, I didn't know what to do, but to go along with it. Yeah. Oh, Glenn. But it's too much for me, this hero business. I've had enough. Here, you can have the badge. Oh, what was I thinking? I knew it'd turn out to be something like this. I would have seen it sooner. Disappointment. Letting myself get all swept up when I should have been looking out for my boy. Well, from now on, I'll make sure both of our feet stay on the ground. For his dear departed mum's sake. Listen to him. And who does he think he was, going around bragging to everyone he'd raised the hero? Let's be a lesson to you. Worry not. He's my grandson. He won't let a little thing like this spell the end of his great deeds. Told me already. His next goal is to become the legendary sea captain Bluebeard. Well. Good to know that Granddad's still nuts. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of the localization issues in Chrono Trigger were like because of the same group of people that that Square used on everything, who just kind of got lazy at times. And were like, yeah, whatever, man. Like there was a whole article about it, but I read it like ages ago. So okay, so now we have the hero's badge. Now we have the broken blade. Now we go see if we can't break our boy. Jeremy, which Cure album do you think he's listening to? Is it Disintegration, Pornography, or Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me? You've returned. That badge. I see. So you met the lad. But there's not a thing I can do against the Fiendlord. To fight him would require the legendary Masamune, which is... no. It matters literal. Even had I the blade, I've no right to wield it. Please, leave me be. Loot through your stuff. I mean, Disintegration is one of the best albums ever. A broken sword hilt. This is a part of the Masamune. It's engraved with archaic letters. I think I can make it out. Let's see. M-E-L... Melchior? Melchior? That guy from Medina Village? What does this mean, Chrono? Yeah, the version of, like, the first version that hit the Super Nintendo, he's spoken like a Shakespearean Middle English, which is why I give him the accent that I do. Yeah. But there were a lot of, like, really clumsily placed, like, thee, thou. It did not go well. Alright, now we have to take the sword back to our time. Gaspar, Melchior, and Balthazar. In Christian mythology, also the three wise men. Mm-hmm. That is correct, J-Man. The Three Sages. And this is your friendly semi-annual reminder. If you haven't read Lamb by Christopher Moore, you should read Lamb by Christopher Moore. Which is something that pops in my head every single time the Magi are mentioned. Read Lamb by Christopher Moore. It's a hell of a book. It's also known as The Gospel According to Biff, childhood friend of Jesus. No. Mystic Mountains. No to Lean Square. Yeah, I mean, like, which one will get you to read it? If I give, like, general advice or if I tell you specifically? Because if, yeah, you've read it. Yeah, read it about 16 times. Well, you're good then. Here's your semi-annual reminder to read it again. Do it again. It's always a good time for Lamb. I am vaping a 6 nicotine strawberry kiwi flavor because I quit smoking a few years ago, and I miss it every day. Yeah, I'll tell you this, the Jesus from Lamb is the Jesus that I believe in. Like, he's beautifully human. Oh, you're back again! Come to see my sword. It's the Masamune. How did you get this? Why would your name be engraved on that sword? That is a very long story. That is the story you came to hear, is it not? Of course! Tell us about the Masamune! Can you reforge it? I could, were it possible for us to get our hands on some of the Dreamstone from which the sword was made. Dreamstone? Where can we get that? Oh, it's nowhere to be found anymore. It was a glittering red stone, once valued even more than gold. Unfortunately, that was long, long ago. Longer even than you could imagine. Well, let's just say I doubt you'll ever find any. But if you should, I'll be more than happy to repair the Masamune. Keep it with you until then. Would you like to buy anything? Yeah. Let's do it, dude. Yeah, no cigarettes since December 27, 2020. Congratulations, man! I'll make sure to give Balthazar the drunk Connery voice. Alright, let's go on ahead and equip Robo with a Mirage hand. And we'll sell said Hammer R. Bam. Gotta keep that gold up, baby. We'll do, I do a fairly dignified but older man voice for the mystery wise man at the end of time, so I'll make sure to Connery it up for this dude. Jim Ignatowski. I have to hook a brother up, man. I'm missing the ref. Excuse me, guys. I'm just gonna pop back in your closet. Thanks. I can see that. Like, not like full Bronson, but thug mode. Alright, well, with that said, it is 9:55, so we're going to save it here. We are now on the storyline. Oh, okay. Great Scott! We're gonna go on ahead and hit, undo that. Dreamstone! Yes, I remember that word. It's an incredibly ancient mineral, if I recall. Have you considered searching for some in the prehistoric era? which is, I believe, exactly what we will do. Should we go to the Mystic Mountains? 65 million BC? Hell yes. Once we get past the Wooga Wooga... Oh no! Those things, they're all green and scaly. What are those? Lizard men. It was true. Just kicking dirt at our face like Charles Atlas. Right? Like lizard men in prehistory. I knew it. I figure the first playthrough we're gonna go all the way through so that we get the full-on regular ending, and then in New Game Pluses we'll go through and get the appropriate endings so that we can jump back and forth through the right time periods. Oh, the Venus and Furs. Ayla, the first waifu. And here she comes, here she comes. Cutscene. Yes! Oh, my heart. Oh, my heart. Like, you see that look in Chrono's face? Something deep and primal just awoke within him. And within me. Oh. Boom. Goodness, she's tough. Chrono's just... Who is that? Chrono, this better not awaken anything in me. This awakens everything in Chrono. It's like, I thought I had a type. I thought that type was princess. Now I don't know. What do you want? Huh? Chrono! You strong. What name? Chrono name? Good name. Me name? Me, Ayla. Named after the character from Clan of the Cave Bear. Yes. Accept it. Yeah. Yes. Come on, game. You can do it. Accept the name. Come on. I don't know why it does this just with the names. Let's see. Okay, well. So that is as good a time as any for us to bring the stream to a close with the introduction of the single greatest character. Let me see if I can. Ayla. Yes. There we go. Ayla is correct. Me, Ayla. Ayla likes strong man, so Ayla like Chrono. Get away from her, Chrono. Looks like somebody's got a new friend. You strong too. Ayla likes strong person. Man, woman, both like. Oh dear. I don't mean, I'm not... Chrono, where from? How can we explain? We're from way after the day after tomorrow. Haha, you funny. Ayla like funny person. This is no use. You come village, talk and eat, dance, drink, fun. We'd love to go, but we're looking for some dreamstone right now. Stone? Stone everywhere. Here, there, village, Ayla give you many, many stone. Oh, she's hitting on you. Luca, she is hitting on you. Ioka village this way. Follow Ayla. Yeah, Ayla says by rights. By erasure? Not in Ayla's house. I just don't play in Ioka village. See, Ayla's strong enough to handle that particular struggle, man. Like, best character in the game. And I love all of these characters fairly equally. Yeah, it is a little, that's something that we'll have to deal with when we get to Magus's castle.
I think Ayla exists before that is considered something to struggle over.
Ayla's a strong, powerful, or a strong, independent woman that technically don't need no man. Because, as we will soon discover, the local pickings pretty slim. Went the wrong way there. Yeah, I mean, keep in mind, like at this time, culturally in Japan, and I'm not sure if this is still the case, but it wouldn't really surprise me. The idea of like the gender binary was very rigidly enforced, especially like early to mid 90s. Like it was a big thing. But we'll have to we'll have to have a little breakdown in sensitivity when we get to that point, because it has not aged well. Anyway, Reptite scales, cold blood, hard to beat. You Reptite friend, I beat you up. Drink happy water, drink feel good. HP and MP restored. See, now that's hospitality. I think I'm gonna give these guys a southern accent. You wear funny skins. You want to see pretty stone? Red stone, Chief has. Chief up north of village. Yeah, I like that better than just the normal caveman. It has more character to it. You strange. Have good stuff? No, Chief say no, okay, no can trade. Lightning stun dinosaur, you know? Drink happy water, feel good. Go hunt hunting range, get petal, fang, horn, feather. When rain, rare monster come out. Rare one, good hunt. This, trade house. You bring things, trade for new things. Trade your shiny stone. So even at this time, they still have potions, mid potions, and panaceas, which they'll trade for gold, so they at least have a basic economy. Yeah. Left Clan of the Cave Bear and move straight to Duck Dynasty. I mean, the other alternative is just make them Canadian. Like all of them, viciously Canadian.
You could do that.
Yeah, we'll go with Canadian. They are more friendly. That means I gotta give, do I have to give Ayla a Canadian accent? Oof. Good, Chrono come, eh? Might soon finish ready for party. Chrono this way. No, Zeal is, if they've got a Canadian accent, Zeal is Quebecois. Those are separatists. Listen, Ayla, we make new friend. Strong man Chrono, eh? Chrono friend Marley, Luca. Ooga! Now dance babonga! Chrono, eat, drink, dance, sing! Good music. We want down past many, many generations. Alright, check on the lady. Come on, Chrono, let's have fun. She's gonna go dance. Oh, should I or shouldn't I? Luke is just gonna go ham on all this food. I'm gonna go check on this mopey punk. Right? You not Ioka person. Why Ayla give party? Strange. He's even got the little emo haircut. You douche. There's chemistry there. Chrono, try drink? This only special time drink. Good drink. Name Skull Smash. Next day, Skull feel like smash. Ioka village fight Reptite. Leader name Azala. Azala very smart. All in Ioka village fight. No fight person go Laruba village. Always run from Reptite. Always hide. Not nowhere village. Azala want destroy Ioka. Laruba. Both. But Ayla no lose. Only when Ayla dead, Ayla stop fight. No more talk that. Today, meet Chrono. Good day. Eat, drink, dance, sing. Alright, let's get this,
Said you were gonna end your stream, John.
Yeah, I have to get to a point where I can save first.
Fair.
Alright, so now we use... We shake our tail feathers. Yeah. Luke is getting hammered. What is that? You a man or a mouse? Drink it all in one go. I think we gotta do one more. Chrono, red rock, look for. This rock, rare red rock. Have rock means strong person. Ayla most strong Ioka village, so Ayla rock. Chrono want. Chrono challenge Ayla. Win. Ayla give. Chrono challenge Ayla? Yeah, let's do it. Ayla go. Get more skull smash. Party now, so drink. Chrono and Ayla have battle. Who drink more? This is a party. You could have been going to this party, Tom. We're getting hammered with Ayla. We start now. Mash A button many time. Oh, I'm coming for you. I think I'm like one ahead. Ah! No more, Chrono. Ayla lose. Ayla give rock. Chrono drink good. Drink one more to strong Chrono. Maybe too much drink. Ayla is the best. And then we deal with our prehistoric hangover. Save the game and end the stream. Yeah, the Turbo NES controllers, you can flick the switch and just hold it down. Ah, my head. I did what last night? Liar. Oh, why does my head hurt like this? Morning, Chrono. Wasn't last night fun? Marley's like, this is just the latest time that I've woke up in a field after partying with cavemen. Hey, where do these footprints come from? It's gone. The gate key's gone. The thief must have left these prints. Without the key, we're stuck here forever. This is bad. We have to go see Ayla. Woman, wake up. Oh, Chrono, early awake. Too much skull smash. Sorry to wake you, but someone stole something important from us while we were asleep. What? Stole must be Reptite. Chrono, go with Ayla. We find bad Reptite. Who else come? I need that healing, so Marley it is. Maybe village person see. We go ask. Chrono, come. And now Ayla's in our party. Let's see. Stonehound, Power Scarf. Yeah, we're gonna keep that. Amanda, can you see her damage rating? Oh, there's
Not
an
yet.
E on the end of it. Can you guess what it is?
I can guess.
Nice. All right.
Yep, I see it now.
Aha, got him. Okay, so that is where we will end our stream for the night. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I do this every Saturday, weather permitting. It's been messing with my back the last several days, but yeah, this is one of the greatest games of all time, and we're gonna play it until we do everything on it. So we've got all of our Saturday nights in the far future ready to rock. So feel free to come back next time. Also, Monday nights I stream The Witcher, and I'm going to begin streaming other stuff throughout the week as my schedule allows. So thank you very much for watching, especially if you've been watching for a while. It's good for the metrics, and eventually YouTube will treat me like a person. I think once I have amassed like 1,000 hours of different people watching my content. So if you do me a favor, go back, look at my other streams, you know, put some on as background noise. You can listen to my dulcet tones while you're at your workday, as I subliminally pump socialist propaganda directly into your mind. But yeah, if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel, like the videos, like the streams when they go up, comment, and feed the algorithm, and maybe someday YouTube will pay me the money. But thank you guys so much for joining us. That's it for Chrono Trigger this week. We'll see you guys next week. Much love to you.